All right, so back to this. Yeah, again, right? Really don't kind of know what to say. We're just continuing with this. Wasn't able to record yesterday. I was just busy, right? Like I said, I'd be busy all day, so I wasn't able to. But I was able to do double Sunday, which makes up for Saturday and yesterday. And from here on out, I should be able to do one a day, right? With no real issue and no problem there. The I guess kind of big thing, and what this is building up to is I think we're kind of nearing the climax of the game. I mean, we're really kind of starting to see the impact effects and or toll all this has taken on the MC. And kind of what we've been saying this whole time, he really needed to rope other people in and build that support structure because at the end of the day, he can't do everything himself, right? Which is what I think he's kind of coming to realize. And it's gotten to a point to where he's even lied to Natsuki regarding seeing her dad's car, which is why he's kind of doing all this, these suspicious things, right? So it's like, really, what it comes down to there and what we're seeing is it's just like, yeah, I mean, again, what it comes down to is like, again, just we'll see there, right? It's something to where, well, we're it's not that we'll see. We know what happens. We know how this ends. I think any sort of if there's any sort of consistency, right? And you know, what would you call it? Any sort of thing that isn't going to change in this mod, I think it's going to be the ending, right? So with that, right? Again, it's like, sorry, my phone is like having issues charging. It does that sometimes, but it's usually when I get shit in the charging port. But again, we're really seeing and I guess the big thing is we stopped right when what would you call it? We stopped right when or as what's the term? We stopped right as again, Yuri and Sayori showed up, right? Which the MC kind of planned, but kind of forgot about because he had just been so focused on Natsuki. Also, page two. So we have it's probably only 2 pages. So we got probably 5 more picks. And we got quite a bit of the music. So yeah, we literally only have like what? Maybe 7, 8 more tracks left. So again, right? Just it seems like the mod's wrapping up, and I think we know where this all goes. So I want some sort of confirmation that it was Natsuki's phone, which led her father to be able to track her. But that's just something that I wanted to. But I guess that's the working theory, right? But the front door wide open, like, dude, this dude is it's so fucking ridiculous. This like this is actually legit like psychotic. Like he's actually like legit like in a sort of what's the term psychosis or like whatever like parent like this is like genuine like raging paranoia like rampant like legit like borderline delusional and like almost like hallucinate like it's just crazy like dude, it's like it's like a meme where it's like fucking you on the outside versus you on the inside. That's literally the MC. There's just fucking, like he just can't, like literally the only thing he can focus on, which is crazy because if he would just tell Knots, again, it's just really what this mod is about. And because I wish I remember the original. I'm not going to go back and replay the original. I could probably find it somewhere. I do have my recordings of it. Maybe I watched. Okay, that'd be kind of crazy. I was gonna say maybe I watched through my original recordings. Again, but it is something there to where like the original exit music recording, right? That'd be kind of crazy. To compare now to then. I don't exactly know how that would work. Am I gonna record myself? Like record my own YouTube video and me fucking reacting to it, right? Again, that'd be kind of crazy. But the I guess thing there and what I'm curious about is because I don't again I really wish I remember more about the original. But really, what this is a message of is can't do everything yourself, right? Just how much that support structure matters. Like okay, as they pile in. Slam the door. Dude, he's like actually tweaking the fuck out. Like he is literally, sure enough, Natsuki's the one to offer up a spot. You know, Yuri needs that back support. We already know what the joke, you know. Damn, that's crazy. Because here's the thing. So Yuri knows their thing, right? But also, let's put it this way. Yuri's not an idiot. I feel like everyone would just assume the MC and Natsuki are a thing, right? Like, they're not idiots, you know, and the MC was worried about vision. This room has like the most fucking vision out of any, but didn't tell you. Eyes of Red Natsuki's. I feel I actually, it's a study thing, right? Like, because I genuinely don't remember, unless the MC came up with some sort of excuse, but it's just about that study thing. Let's see. You're often up at the site because I got pretty distracted. So it is literally just that. Because I was wondering if they were referring to like something else. And her parents didn't really like short notice. So also like Natsuki, like, dude, like, you know, okay, like that's really not any of her business. So it's like, you know, you can't get angry or upset about that. Yeah, literally, you know. So my literally no reason. The only one we're missing out is Monica, right? But obviously, I feel like a Monica interaction with Natsuki would be pretty, you know, poorly timed. Like this again, you know, it's a good idea to leave her out of this and then bring it. Supposedly the club's disbanded though, so it's like, you know, everyone's just accepting. Oh yeah, no more club, right? So who knows, right? We'll definitely need to catch up. Except Yuri, she keeps on time for work. It makes me a little dizzy. I mean that, but you know, because here's the thing, right? And I'll say this. Because I always say, you know, if I never did athletics in high school, I would be just like Yuri. Like that's just who I fundamentally am. And I need to kind of get out, like, I need that external, like, what would you call it? You know, I need that outside force and or pressure to bring me out of that, right? You know, that external force. So for me and kind of the mentality of like, again, I just say, I don't want to say people like Yuri, but it's something to where it's like, you know, it's more like it's not an option to not do it, right? Because it's like, all right, you know, if you don't do your work, what happens? You fail, don't do well. What next? Again, it's like it goes down the line, right? You know, so it's not like, oh, I'm too lazy to do it. It's like, oh, you know, I need to do this or else. Why? Right? You know, that's just kind of the mentality, right? It's more of what if what the alternative is rather than actually doing it in and of itself. Because you know, I would say I do enjoy learning. I do enjoy academia, right? I do enjoy like education, you know, and studying, right? But obviously, like again, you if you don't know, I never took APs in high school and give it because I was held back as a freshman. And then I was not non-STEM in college, you know, this political science grad. So like the academic rigor and what would you call it, like the strenuous nature wasn't there, right? Compared to like, you know, let's say my brother who did take APs and he's studying, I don't even think it's STEM, but it's like geology or something. Definitely more science, I'd say. That classifies as science. I have no idea. But yeah, he's feeling more of that traditional, I guess you'd say like academic strain and rigor, which is, you know, so he's probably like feeling a bit way more burnt out, right? But for me, it was like, all right, you know, I just enjoy, you know, the process of learning. So, you know, I'm not that far ahead. It's just important. Literally, again, exactly what I said, right? It's about that future and the test on Friday because it's like, you know, yeesh, we've got a test. How are you in the same class? Like, what do you mean we? Like, you know, at the moment, dude, this man, the MC, he like, and this is Natsuki was 100% right. Natsuki was right. Like, I am in full agreement that she should just wait until she was 18. Then you make the legal system your ally, and you don't need to fucking worry and tweak. Like, the MC is adding years onto his life with the amount of stress he's going through right now. It's actually kind of crazy and insane. Like, might as well try. Who knows? It might take a month. Yeah, dude, you need to just chill the fuck out. Like, you know, can't hurt. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, fucking, it's his house, right? And you live there, so it's like, even if she doesn't want to, like, we're still gonna be here. Like, they're not gonna get kicked out. Algebra. So, because what would you call it? or are they third years? And again, this is in the East, right? So I don't know how the East does like sort of their high school stuff. In the West, algebra is usually a year one, I believe. High school, like that's usually a freshman year course. So I took, what was it? Was it pre-algebra? I don't know. It might have been just algebra straight up, right? I think it was algebra. No, I think here's what I took. I took pre-algebra, geometry, algebra, and then calculus or pre-calc, right? That was the course pipeline that I took in high school for math at least. For science, what was science? I took fucking science was biology, earth sciences, chemistry, physics. What else? I'm surprised I still remember these. Social studies, or I guess history, right? It was world history. Yeah, world history. Fucking sophomore year was a bit different. I took world religions and global relations. Funny enough, the one class I didn't take was the U.S. Constitution, which would have been the one class that would be helpful for my fucking college degree. But junior year I took U.S. history. Then senior year I took that one was more. I had more finance classes. Or what was it? I took uh Jesus Christ. I know I took what's the class? Personal finance, but then there was another one I took that was it was like government. I don't remember what it was called, but it was like a civics, or I think it was literally just civics or something. I don't know. I remember because that was probably the class I had my favorite teacher. But again, English I took what? Fucking well, English is just what? It's just English each year, right? Like I feel like I just took freshman English, sophomore English, junior English, and then I took senior year. Senior year was a bit different. I took creative writing seminar, which was basically just the same class, and we just write. Then I just did Spanish 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Boom, too easy. And I took a gym each year, but junior senior year it moved to early bird, which was before first period. Which worked out anyway because I had just athletics before that, right? So just all worked into the schedule. Still, junior year was my best year because I had freaking free period first, lunch fifth, free period eighth. That was a goaded class schedule. But anyway, completely besides the point. I'm way off topic here. But yeah, so I guess they're all at the same level of class. So textbooks and stuff. Bro, dude, the MC's gonna leave the room. He's be like, they're out of my sight. I can't fucking, don't worry, you guys can go ahead. Dude, he's fucking tweaking. Yeah, dude. This dude actually unironically, like he needs a fucking therapist more than anyone else. Advanced algebraic equation. So that's probably like the just advanced algebra, fun. I think I know maybe half of those words. Bitch, that's 3. How the fuck do you come up with half? You know, dude, yeah, here this is the interaction that needed to happen. Natsuki's not a fucking idiot. She can see that he's tweaking. So she needs to be like, all right, what the fuck is going on? Because she's not 100%, Natsuki's a bitch, right? But she's not that much of a bitch, right? She's not going to confront him about not telling her about them coming over. She's confronting him because she can see he's just fucking off the rails, right? He really just lost it. Like, that's a face and expression of worry and concern. Like, you're going to be okay. I can clear them out. Again, because dude, really the MC is not holding it together. Let's put it this way. We really have much of a chance to catch up. Dude, he's really like struggling. Like, and again, so and she's like, because at the end of the day, she cares, right? I mean, he literally saved her life, at least in through her eyes, right? Now that they've resolved and made up. But it's something to where, again, he's really going through it, right? And she can tell. So when you appear over them. Okay, on the floor is fucking crazy versus using like a table, even a coffee table. Like I always had to use like an elevated table with like a chair. I could never just like sit down. Like, no, that was never a thing. Right. So again, right. That's what it's just something to where, yeah, again, can't really do much about that. So for good measure. Also, like I could never really study in groups. Like for me, it was always because maybe I would get together with a group to kind of clarify knowledge. But when it came to kind of just grinding, notes and like studying that way, that always had to be done individually, right? But like, and again, this is something where post COVID, right? Good example. COVID hit when I was a sophomore in college. Like, unironically, the perfect time for it to hit. Like, it was such an ideal, optimal time. It was crazy. Because like pre-college would have been insane, post-college insane. Right in the middle of college was the best time for COVID to hit for me. Because going into COVID, going into junior year of college, I think I had like 80 credits out of like 134 needed. So I only had 54 left. So I had definitely got through, the bulk of my college courses, right? So after I took only 2 courses in person, after COVID, with the rest being online. And again, for me, I prefer the online, learning. I'll probably get my online master's at some point because just having the timeline, like schedule and flexibility to like kind of work around rather than needing to like set blocks of time. Dude, just study, bro. Dude, he's not going to be able to fucking do this. He's not going to be able to do this. Yeah, well, I mean, that's why it's like, dude, what is he fucking doing? Like, okay, are you guys having trouble? Dude, they're like, what, question 5? Dude, Sayori's gonna be like, I'm still stuck on the name part. Oh no, that's dirty. I can't do that. But dude, making me flinch slightly. Sayonatsuki raised up their hands. He's like, question 5, they're like, oh, we're not even on the same page. Like, this has to be a misprint. Doesn't even make any sense. I'm at a loss. You're innocent. Well, what is the fucking question? I'm Googling it. What? Bitch, you literally took my phone? Yeah, it's like, bro, hey, you don't want to fucking, better be careful what you look for on that phone, Natsuki, I didn't expect to see you here. Again, because here's the thing. Also, don't forget that Sayori obviously knows about the MC and Natsuki situation, but Yuri's completely out of the loop. So from her perspective, she just shows up and like, Natsuki's just kind of like hanging around. I mean, even if she puts 2 and 2 together about the MC and Natsuki being a thing, her assumption, I guess, was that, oh yeah, if the MC invites her and Sayori over, it's just going to be them. It's like, again, but oh, Natsuki's all of a sudden there, right? So, as in live, and again, I was gonna say, because at the end of the day, the fact that she's in a partial uniform, right? We're here's the thing. Natsuki, that's smart on Natsuki's part, because at the end of the day, the MC's gonna be like, oh, it's a long story. Come up with some bullshit about her needing to live with him. And Natsuki's just like, yeah, we're a thing, right? Which, I mean, again, I figured it was blatantly obvious anyway, but it's like that kind of, it's like, still a bit, far in the process, but it's a thing, it's, dude, you freaking least hostile Natsuki reaction. Jesus fucking Christ. Like, dude, this is a reasonable, like, comment from Yuri because she is out of the loop. This is a perfectly reasonable hot comment for her to make. But Natsuki just needs to like take it super personal. Like, bro, like, right. Well, yeah. And she's like, this genuine response, like, yeah, congrats, good for you. And Natsuki's being a bitch, like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, where were we? The answer. What's the answer? Is it misprint? Let's see. Literally how? What? It's like, how? Dude, I'm not even gonna lie. Sometimes, like, this is my, like, this is a reaction I have to a lot of things more than I'd like to admit. But I don't normally advocate. How else do they expect to solve this? Hey, put it through chat GPT or whatever, or whatever math AI, right? So damn, freaking cut to black. Where are we going now? Damn, it's like nighttime. Damn, I'm also not gonna lie, like taking the like in terms of studying, because let's put it this way, right? Or just working in general, right? For me, it's something to where I can go for maybe like a couple or few hours straight, and then I gotta take like a decent sized break. I shouldn't say decent, because usually what I do is I do like the hour method, hour on, like 5 to 10 minutes off. So it'd be an hour of like studying, 5 to 10 hours studying, but I can only do that for like a couple or few cycles or rotations. before I need to take kind of a more sizable break, like, 30 minutes, which I'm pretty sure is built in. But usually, and again, I talk about this, I revolve my studying around like other things, such as like chores, eating, other just stuff they have to do, trying to stay productive that way while getting somewhat of a break from the grind, right? And that's generally worked for me. Again, but something where like, because some people like just burn themselves out. They like study for like fucking 5, 6, 7, 8, however long, 10 hours if you're fucking, in a miserable like, place. And then, it's like, all right, what did you do you even remember any of what you went over? Right. So dude really called it maths. Like, that's how you know. Yes, he was just tired. It's like, all right, I'm gonna go home. Like, all studying is that science. Bro, yeah, no shit, dude. I'm just getting a little worn out. You enjoy math? Yeah, so psychopath. Like, honestly, here's the thing. I enjoyed math. I was actually pretty good at math and science in high school. Math and science were my strong subjects, with I'd say history, actually false. History and social studies probably my strongest. And then PE if you count that, right? Just like, since again, I did athletics, right? So those two are probably my strongest. Then I'd say math and sciences, right? And then again, weakest would be English and any language. So because it's I guess a weird kind of split. Because normally you get the math science split, and then the also what damn this music's bopping like you'd get usually the math science split and then like the history English split, right? Or social studies like what would you call it? Literature, funny enough, split, right? Where you would usually get the people who are into more of the math sciences, and then more the like, I guess, what would you call it? Amenities, like liberal, like. But for me, I was particularly good at like history, social studies, but I wasn't good at English. So I guess kind of a weird split. But like I enjoyed math. Like I genuinely think if I wasn't held back as a freshman in high school, kind of how things would have turned out differently. I probably wouldn't have been maybe I'm not saying I would have been computer science, but I probably would have done a more math based or like centered, science based like major like kind of career path. Probably wouldn't be in the military because I'd actually have a plan for the civilian world and something to bring it about. Right. Like I genuinely think, things would have been completely different. Um, not saying I'm disappointed with how things are, but it's more so just weird to think about that I could be in probably a completely different situation or scenario than I'm in now. But it is something there to where it's like, it all comes from because at the end of the day, like I'd say the only subject I really didn't enjoy was because I even enjoyed English. I just wasn't good at it. The only one I didn't really enjoy was language. I just am not interested in like learn. I mean, obviously I speak English, right? That's my native language. But like for me, it's like it's kind of like I mean, because Spanish has practicality, right? At least in the US, right? Europe kind of different story, but in the US, like Spanish is probably besides English the most practical language to learn. But other than that, I just am not interested in like learning our languages. Like people have like weird superiority complexes regarding being able to speak like multiple languages. It's like, all right, that's cool and all, but it's funny enough similar with people who like weightlift. But you know, besides the point, I just again never really interested. But all the art subjects usually pique my interest, right? So feeling complete a puzzle. Facts. Like when you actually like Sayori's on a roll, right? Where it's like you fix it, right? Or it's solved, right? It's completed. And of course, short break. Yeah, honestly, yeah, hey, go make some dinner. Yeah, let's bro, dude, what the fuck? This is literally all drinks. Where's the food? Like, goddamn, bro. Like, not at all. Bro, coffee at this time of night is huh? Hot chocolate? Oh yeah, sure. All right. 2 hot chocolates, tea, and a coffee. Bro, dude, fucking is Monica coming? Like, Jesus. Uh bro, dude's gonna start like tweaking again. He's like, 3 generic mugs alongside the cat eared one. Bro, see where he shows up. Hey, and there's no way she hasn't noticed, right? Like, let's be real here, right? Again, because here's the thing: the MC's been tweaking the fuck out. Like, yeah, I managed to clear everything up with Natsuki. Yeah, hey, good. But the bad news is I'm terrified. But, and again, damn, this is loud as shit. Can we please, like, you know, because here's the thing. Oh, it's about the car. I forgot Sayori was there. So, and again, but here's the thing. This is what he's avoiding, right? You know, I know exactly what Sayori is going to say. She's going to say, you need to tell her, right? Because that's what he needs to do. Like, you know, let's see. Literally this. All you're doing is kicking it down the line. And it's just accumulating more and more. It's like ripping off the band-aid. You just got to do it, right? No matter how hard it seems. You can't just ignore and push off your problems, right? Yeah, again, and the fact that, because it's debatable whether to rope others in, which is, I feel, kind of obvious to create that support structure. But, like, he's not even being completely honest with her. No, I mean, she's saying, yeah, I guess, but it's really like her opinion of it's not going to change. You know, it's just something he just needs to do eventually. So, how's she? Oh, because, you know, obviously, you know, damn, freaking teeth is crazy. Like, you know, see, also the fucking thank you. They got a comment about the pink mug. Like, anyone gonna, dude, also knows. I love how you said snacks and then no fucking like drinks. Like, you know, I like your house. Okay, you know, but obviously, all right. Because I was gonna say we know how socially awkward Yuri is making a socially awkward comment, right? But it's also like, I mean, like at the end of the day, it's like, you know, she's literally in his house for the first time. So she's the only one out of these two or three, if you include him, who hasn't seen the inside. So very, bro, he didn't design it. This is fucking parents. Like, he doesn't own the place. Like, you know, granted, I'm in a fucking, you can't see it, right? You know, I could turn on video, but even so, you'd only see the back of my kitchen. I'm in a studio apartment right now, and obviously I don't really have a design. It's more so just, all right, I have the shit I need and it's good. But like, if I ever, at some point, I plan on actually buying probably a condo. I don't think it'd be a fully fledged house. It'd be a condo, and I'd kind of work out of that probably until retirement, and then maybe I buy a nicer house somewhere. But again, the thing there and with, you know, this, right, is like, you know, design, like, you know, if you own the place and you actually want to put effort into fluffing, sprucing it up, right, that's where Rashawn's one. Yeah, literally, that's what I was gonna say, bro. Literally, is that not his parents? Like, that's all, bro. Like, we're literally stunned here. Like, you know, the elephant in the room. Oh, the fucking, you know, the mug, right? It's the mug. Right, rip the bandage off. Nasky and I are discussing options. Oh, dude, why? What one thing I don't understand is why everyone's just like, oh yeah, the literature club's disbanded. Like, how, I fail to see how that's a thing. Like, you know, like the MC, I guess, is just like, oh, fuck the literature club, right? We don't need that anymore. It's just me and Nasky against the world. So it's like, I fail to see, because at the end of the day, it was basically just a hangout spot for them anyway, right? That was kind of what Monica ended up realizing, right? Given regarding her prep for the festival, right? You know, so it's like, I fail to see how, like, it's not this big of a deal. It's not that deep. Like, say, like, this is, again, it didn't need to be a club ending event, but I guess the game or mod's trying to portray it that way. Let's see. I figured maybe you guys want to take part in that. Oh, I don't know. I don't really know if I'd fit as well somewhere. It's a lot to offer. Okay, but fucking, you know, what are you fucking doing? Don't see it. That, bro, that was quick as shit. Like, y'all don't have time to read that? It's just not the same. Like, here's the thing. That's why I'm so confused. Like, this, like, I really hope because my worry is now that we're just not gonna see Monica anymore. Like, that's kind of my worry or concern, that she's just not gonna be a part of this bond anymore. But, and that's like the most weird or like awkward way, because at least with Fallen Angel, you had the falling out with the MC and Yuri, but also the MC is just like straight up delusional in that mod. but with this, it's like there was zero reason for this, like the club to disband. They had like one argument that Sayori literally got over in, the club's over. Like, elaborates. Debate seems a little intense. Funny enough, again, we know Monica was literally the president of the debate club. Like, actually getting it out there, yeah, again, because there's two parts, right? You need to be right and you need to present it. Uh, yeah, I don't like I don't see why the literature club needs to just like fucking vanish, like this again, feel well there unless Monica learns how to appropriate. Damn, that's crazy. But again, there's the thing, right? The who knows what she's dealing with, right? But it's also something to where, yeah, I mean, because also what it comes down to is, has like anyone actually spoken with her since the argument? Like, we know seemingly the last person she saw was the MC, but like Natsuki hasn't made up with her. Like, she hasn't seen her since. Sayori and Yuri, who knows, right? Maybe something happened off camera, since we know they're particularly close and kind of, they've been the ones helping out Monica and are kind of close to her while the MC and Natsuki have been away. So we don't really know, right? I guess in due time she may come to her senses. See how but again, this is what comes down to Natsuki, right? It's more about her being right rather than actually like what is like best for everyone else, and what's actually like right in terms of like, all right, for Sayori, let's put it that way. So a real talking to. And again, it's just a lack of self-awareness regarding, you assume you're not the same way. Like, the most self-righteous people are the people who piss me off the most, because lots of times they just assume they're not part of the population they're talking about regarding whatever, right? But I guess that's just the nature of, because at the end of the day, self-righteousness can be substituted with ego. Because what it comes down to, right, and really just, at the end of the day, right, is in order to be that self-righteous about whatever it is, you need to have that, high of a standing or thinking of yourself, right? So that's just where that, comes from, right? That's like the base of, again, that's the basis of what's the term? That's the base of, influence, right? So I want to lose my temper. That's in again, but that's a you problem. Like, your temper issues are you like, that's like saying, oh, I have anger issues, everyone needs to like relegate how they act around me. That's literally a you problem. Like, it's like, this is the mod does a really good job at, again, really kind of portraying why Natsuki's like my least favorite out of them, because it's like this type of behavior is genuinely like toxic. And it's like, especially when it comes down to the MC like being harassed. I mean, look at all that he's fucking going through for Natsuki. What is he really gained out of it, right? I hate to say it. It seems like he'd just genuinely be better off without Natsuki. The club would probably still be a thing. He wouldn't be stressing the fuck out, right? Like, dude, yeah, this is, the MC really needs to grow a spine. Like, he needs a backbone. Like, but again, and because like Sayori's like, all right, like I think Sayori also kind of realizes that she's not going to get Natsuki to like change her mind, because she knows that at the end of the day, it's beyond her, right? I mean, she's already gotten over it, right? Literally the first person who wasn't fucking shitting themselves over this entire thing, right? Yeah, literally the one fucking question that needs to be asked: has anyone actually fucking spoken to her? Like, you're all like, it's like the one thing you could actually do, right? Yeah, literally, it's least I can do. Dude, it's not that fucking deep. This is like, dude, Natsuki, you don't fucking just send her back. Like, this is crazy that it's still crazy. We know he does much more for Natsuki, literally kills himself. But, that's really nice. I feel like, literally, yeah, dude, she's the fucking vice president. Like, she's, she's the one, what would you call it? She's the one who's like debatably known Monica, or at least knows Monica the most out of everyone in this room. Right? So like it literally doesn't make like, if anything, I think the two people that should speak to her are probably Sayori and Natsuki. Natsuki to apologize for blowing up, which obviously is never going to happen. I mean, someone as insecure as her, we know it's not going to be the case. You know, apologizing just isn't in her nature. But Sayori, on the other hand, right? You know, since she's the one, you know, the subject at hand, right? Again, she's, you know, what this is all about. So, you know, I really do appreciate the gesture. She's a bit touchy. I'll do it soon. Pinky promise. Want the club? Yeah, literally. That's why, like, I don't understand why the club needs to be disbanded because of this. Like, it doesn't need to be a thing. Like, you know, what? It's like the time. It's like 10 p.m. Oh goodness gracious! Oh Jesus, bro, she's doing. Oh, this was nice, but I really must be going now. Oh, your mom wants you home? Yes. I forgot we were having family. Okay, that's got not even gonna lie, that's actually kind of bad on her part. But also like, you know, they'll understand. At least if she has a good family, right? You know, dude. But yeah, because again, you know, it's something to where she rushed over to the door. Want me to walk you there? Oh, thank you. Slips her shoes on. Damn, and now it's just these two, right? So guess I'll talk to you two later. See you guys later. And I mean, I don't know, like, we know where Sayori obviously lives next door. And I mean, the MC does he know? I don't know if he knows where Yuri lives, but because he did go on that one walk with her, you know. So it's like, again, I'm curious what they're going to talk about now, right? You know, let's see. Sorry, just a fucking nap. I set out fucking fruit fly traps, and I guess they haven't, you know, dude, he's already fucking tweaking. Nice. That's, I mean, again, it goes back to why is the club, right? Because of them, you know, whether it's official, you know, whether it's not, them together, they are the club, right? That's the whole tea kettle thing, man. You know, the unity, right? So them being together, it's not a club activity, but you know, sure feels like, you know. What about you? Literally, you know, that she's not fucking talking about that, you dumbass. Like, you know, I'm worrying too much. Dude, he was way the fuck off. He was tweaking. Yeah, dude. That's why I'm like, she's like, you know, but here's the thing, right? You know, because he needs to tell her, right? I like, it's crazy how he's just willing to like just try to fucking do everything himself. You know, there are people like this in real life where they just, I guess, think that they themselves are just, you know, that much greater. I don't want to say greater, but more capable than everyone else around them. Yeah, dude, like the literature club. Things have, it did not, again, that's what I mean. That, like, he's just saying, oh, the club's ended. We got, like, dude, chill the fuck out. Like, he's just immediately jumping to the worst possible case scenario. Dude, like, that's why he's just absolutely like, dude, you know, dude, he's actually fucking crazy. Dude, you're not using, oh my God, there was a support group that he didn't use. Like, the club was just useless as a support group because he didn't rope them in or use any of them, right? No police? Bruh, like, dude, the MC, dude, what is he fucking taught? The MC is fucking crazy. He is crazy. He's actually so fucking crazy. What the fuck is this? Hold on. Never had a reason to. What? Oh, is this about Sayori or this is Natsuki, right? Her reason. Pretty much past my door. I have food, water, bed, what else I need. Though this room is pitch black, I'm content, happy, some of my eyes just over time, see what I want, only what I meant to. I woke up sometime later, saw a light under the door frame. My eyes burned in a way I turned. There it stayed knowing. Soon after, I looked at it again. This time it didn't burn as bad. I was coming warm and violent, beckoning me to discover more. So I resisted the thought. Why was time? I said, why bother when all this is enough for me now? Light heated up the floor, and I found myself envious, because now I see my room gets really cold when I sleep. Give it in pull. Finally in pull. The door was without sign, followed by burning lights, colors I've never seen before. Besides the hallway, it seemed to stretch on forever and ever. Doors like mine opening and closing, lights bright, off flickering. Pops in my eyes open, filled with magnificent colors, likes of which I've never seen. Pictures of blues, greens, purples, and pinks. Damn, the 4 colors. Inside this room are empty jars. I took one for myself. Called myself a little color, pink and white shine bright. Doors half closed now because sometimes I like the shadows and dark. Sign softness. It's cold, and as I sleep, the pink light shines across the room, shows me the colors inside here I was missing. Damn, that's crazy. Wait, this is what he wrote? Way too long. Bro, him, dude, I swear, I don't fucking know what's going on, you know? The one he wrote for the club is, I honestly forgot about that. Like, you know, I'm gonna be honest. You sure you want to? All right, so it wasn't hers. I thought it was hers, but you know, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna save end it here. It's been 40 minutes. Dude, the here's the thing, right? The MC, yeah, I mean, you know, we already know how this ends. Let's put it this way: we played the original. We know how this ends. It's just something to where it's like, again, the big thing there, right, is just, I mean, honestly, you can kind of put it 100% on him. For whatever reason, the dude made the most like impulsive, like rash, like irrational and illogical decisions, and like just refused to involve anyone else. And you know, is surprised when things turn out poorly. Like, again, you really, he can kind of, but it's also like, at the end of the day, you know, the thing there is also like, you know, that's what love will do to a person, right? You know, it's an irrational, again, it's something to where it's like, you know, it's an irrational emotion. I mean, I talk about this all the time. My dad's side of the family versus in compared to like my mom's side, night and day difference. Like, I genuinely have zero idea why my dad married my mom. Like, I have no idea reason why. Like, and I'm not saying my dad's like just, you know, fucking high class top, you know, society, right? My mom's like fucking bottom of the barrel, like, you know, what would you call it? Like dirt on the bottom of, but it's like, it's a very clear difference. It's like, logically, it just makes no sense why you would marry like kind of below where you are. Like, again, you know, when you can do better and, or just when even just being on your own, right? So it's something there to where it's like, but I mean, you know, makes you, causes you to do illogical things, right? So it's like, again, we'll see there, right? Who knows? But with that, I'm gonna end it here. That's all I've got for this one. So yep, that's it for this one. See you in the next one.